Hello everyone, good evening ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to tonight's episode of Life Matters with KOAT on View Radio. As you all know, I am your host KOAT, and once again I welcome you all to today's episode of the show. And today we will be discussing about, it's a continuation of what we started last week. And last week was that topic we treated. Bullying, saying no to bullying. And what brought about it was because of a video that went viral last week. It was making wave on the internet, a video of students of a particular school in the city of Abuja who bullied their fellow students due to some issues they had. And we acknowledge the fact that we were so happy that authorities swung into action and they did what was necessary to do. So today we'll be continuing the topic bullying, and I want you to get your chair, sit back, relax, call your friends, call your fellow parents, call your children. Yes, today is going to be a very interesting, and we're going to pick a lesson out of today's show. We're going on a short break, and when we come back, we're going to dive into today's discussion proper. Please do not go nowhere. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Amazing audience, you're welcome back to the show. It's still Life Matters with KOAT on View Radio. Before I go into the show proper, here at View Radio, View Radio is an audiovisual radio station that cuts across all social media platforms. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram. Please do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. We do a lot here. We have a lot of shows that it's of benefit to you, and also you can also come up here to advertise your product, to partner with us, and you can also be our sponsor. Yes, just go to any of our social media platforms. You can drop your message, and you can also reach us on 080-2241-418-3. You want to promote your music, you want to promote your products, you want to promote your career, you want to promote that anything that you're doing, we do it here at affordable rates here on View Radio. All right, once again, you're welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're welcome. And today on the show, we'll be talking about bullying as a continuation of what we started last week. And tonight we're going to be talking about, as parents and as teachers, how you can identify a bullied child, or how you can identify a child that something is wrong with this child. That is what we'll be talking about today. Like I said before we went on the short break, last week we came up with a video of students of a particular school, a secondary school, who was bullied by a fellow student. A fellow student who was the bully, gave her repeated slaps on her cheek, on her face, and we got to know what transpired between them, because while the bully was attacking the bullied, she was asking her, to tell her who broke her heart. So that gave us an idea that probably she gossiped about her, and we talked about it last week, that irregardless of what might have transpired between the two of them, that act of bully was actually to the extreme. And we said a lot last week of teaching our children self-defense, so many comments, so many it was so interactive. And today is the concluding part of the topic, bullying. Now, bullying is a problem that many of our kids encounter at school and in their daily lives. They encounter it at schools and in their daily lives. It could happen, it is not only at the primary or the secondary level bully happens. Even in the university, in fact, that one is high. We've seen people who want, some guys to join them, probably, cultists, and if they do not agree, they bully them. We've seen people in let's take the late Mobad as an example. We saw how he was bullied by his seniors in the industries, colleagues in the industry. So bullying can take place anywhere, but we want to talk about our teens, our children, our kids who are still in the school, who are still in the university. Last week, someone shared with me how his son was bullied in school. And this kind of bullying, this one was like an extortion kind of bully. Like, when the guy goes to school, the parents will send him money, and he has a particular friend who will just call him, slap him, collect his ATM card, and use his ATM card to go and withdraw money, and they will spend it. Like you said, wow. So bullying takes place, and I'm talking, this person is in the university and is in his 200 level now, and his friend, does that. So it happens so much in schools. And study revealed that 20% of teenagers face bullying, and almost all of this bullying happens in school. Now, sometimes kids who bully are the popular kids. They are the big boys, the big girls of the class. They are the ones who bully, those big boys, those big girls who want you to know that, yes, we are the happening guy, we are the happening girl of the school, So, and some also bullied due to peer pressure. Once they work with a certain friend that they like, they were not, trained that way. But once they work with certain people and they still want to feel among, they want to belong to that particular clique, they tend to join them to do what they do. So some bully due to peer pressure. Now, I also want to say this, that bullies pick on kids who are less capable of themselves. Kids who they know already. Of course, I would not want to bully someone that I know that if I give this person a slap on the face, the person will return, with a niche on my face. So they pick on kids who are less capable of themselves. And I want to chip this in that as parents, I said today we'll be talking about how to identify a child who is being bullied as parents and as teachers. But I want to say this to all parents, that can we please teach our kids to always be bold and brave? Let us teach our kids to be bold and brave. I'm not saying we should teach them to always fight others, or to always, let them just be at alert. Let them be brave, let them be sharp, let them be bold enough, to be able to, to not be scared of their mates. So today, the line is open. We are on YouTube, we are live on YouTube, we are live on Facebook. You can join in the discussion. Do you want to share your bully story? What do you have to say about bullying? As parents, has your child ever been bullied before? What did you do? How did you find out? All of this, is what we'll be discussing about today. And the floor is open for discussion. And we're going on a short break. And when we come back, we'll continue in the conversation. Please do not go nowhere. You can drop in your comments. I'll take all of your comments. On Facebook, we are live. On YouTube, we are live. Drop your comments. What do you think about, kids being bullied? Do you want to share a story of your child who was bullied and how how you did it, how you went about it? Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. We will be right back.
Yeah, what's up? My name is DJ YK Mule, or DJ, is still DJ. Keep watching View Radio TV
and listening to View Radio. You can watch and listen. Make sure that you watch View Radio, because you could view the radio, you could hear the radio.
I'm on to View Radio and View TV, so keep watching and keep listening.
Keep watching and listening to View Radio.
Keep listening and keep tracking, keep following, keep stalking the radio.
Keep watching View Radio.
Keep watching View Radio.
Alright, you're welcome back. We are still on the matter bullying, and we are here to repeat, to say that we say no to bullying. And today on the show, we will be talking about, how to identify a child who is always bullied as parents and as teachers, and what to do. Now, I'm bringing teachers into this discussion because most of this bullying, the time it happens is in school. So when I get to the stage of where I want to address the issue with teachers, I'm going to, elaborate on it well. Now, as a parent, the first sign to note in a child that something is wrong, the first thing is to identify that child is there is no zeal to want to go to school. There is no zeal in that child to want to go to school. That is, the child isn't always gingered, like a child who has been active before, a child who when you wake him up or when you wake her up, is always active. Now I'm not talking about we have some of our kids are funny. Some, from the beginning, if you wake them up, they will always cry. They do not want to go to school. They wish mommy can sit with them in class. I'm not talking about those set of kids. But we have children that that this your child is always active, but suddenly the child doesn't want to go to school. Or when you wake him up, you dress him up or you dress her up, or probably when you leave the house, you're already seeing some attitude. Or when you get to school, suddenly the child doesn't just want to enter. The child just becomes clingy. As a parent, you should know that something is wrong. Note, I'm not talking about a 2-year-old child that just started going to school. I'm talking about your 6-year-old child and above, your 4, 5, 6-year-old child. Your boy is but suddenly Zion doesn't just want to go to school again. Shalom doesn't just want to, there is a problem. There is a problem. And I want to advise parents, at that point, you need to wake up. You need to go to school to ask what is wrong. Probably you can see the teacher. Not everything is based on mood swings most times. Maybe the child is just, most parents are, it's just like that today. No, even okay, let's assume it's like that for that one day. But you see that it keeps repeating itself. Please go to your child's school and just see the teacher, not in an aggressive form. My teacher, this is it, I noticed this. So notice some changes in your child, because bullying will distract your child from learning. The child learns at school, and once the child is being bullied, it speaks. The word he or she speaks, the word your child speaks. Now, what do I mean by this? Suddenly your child starts saying, Mommy, I don't like this person. Or suddenly your child is mentioning somebody's name at home. We have some children who, once they are sleeping, they are hallucinating, and they mention some kind of, they make some certain signs. Parents, please wake up. This is a sign. Or through the words they speak, they say, Mommy, I don't like my class again. I'm talking about suddenly. Like suddenly he doesn't just like his class again. Suddenly he's mentioning the name of a person that he or she is not cool with. At this point, you need to ask your child question. Why don't you like your class? What happened? Did anybody threaten you? Did anybody touch you? Did anybody beat you? You know, these are signs to know. Visit his or her school. And also for parents who shut their children up. Once they see their child, for a small child to say some kind of big words, I'm sure it didn't just come out of, but some parents be like, keep quiet, don't say that. No. Give your children listening ears. Note changes in their body. Note changes, of how they begin to rapport with you at home and with their siblings. Because everyone's life matters. That child of yours, his or her life matters. Let us take the late Sylvester as an example. Thank God the lady we based, the students who based our discussion on last week, Namitira and Miriam, thank God they are still alive today. But what do we say about Sylvester, who died in the process of being bullied? So we don't know which bullying will actually lead to the child's death. And that is the 2 points I'll be, mentioning for parents to note. And the solution to it, I said it already, just be attentive to your child's moods. Be attentive to changes. Be attentive to what your children say. And we have comments already on Facebook. I said if you want to join in the conversation, you want to drop your SMS, drop it on the 08022414183. That serves as a WhatsApp and our SMS. On Facebook, I have a comment already from Chioma Uka, and she says, welcome Miss KOAT, you're welcome Miss Chioma. And she says, teach your children and words to be bold, strong, confident and outspoken. Yes, teach your children to be outspoken. Teach them, inculcate in them, that spirit of boldness. And she goes ahead by saying, say no to bullying. Finish. That is all we are talking about. Say no to bullying. Do not let me bore you too much. We'll be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll move straight to the teacher's aspect and then we'll take comments.
Yeah, what's up? My name is DJ YK Mule, or that DJ, is still DJ. Keep watching View Radio TV
and listening to View Radio. You can watch and listen. Make sure say you dey watch View Radio, because you could view the radio, you could hear the radio.
I'm on to View Radio and View TV, so keep watching and keep listening.
Keep watching and listening to View Radio. Keep listening and keep tracking, keep following, keep talking. The radio.
Keep watching View Radio.
Keep watching View Radio.
Keep talking. The radio.
Keep watching View Radio.
Keep watching View Radio.
Alright, beautiful audience, you're welcome back to the show, and it's still Life Matters with KOAT on View Radio. View Radio, View Radio, the radio station beyond your view. Please do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. We're on YouTube at View Radio, we're on Facebook, View Radio, and we're on Instagram, View Radio. Alright, back to the discussion. We said most of all these bullies happen in schools. It happens in school. I want you to feel relaxed. I want to play few voice notes of students who were being bullied, who shared their story of how they were bullied, for you to know how these things happen. I'll be playing it shortly. Please listen.
When I'm in JS1, there's one boy who always bullying me. If he step on my chair, if he wants to pass, I'll tell him that he step on my chair, but the next thing he's going to do is going to slap me always. it. That's the way you always do always. When I was in SS2, we usually come to school late, but we will collect our seat. We people that came to school early, we collect our seat and we will sit down on it and we will beat us. After that, maybe they have never swept the class before, he will beat us and he will say that we should sweep it. So if you go and report him to the VP, he will beat me on it. He said, why did I go and report him to the VP? And he will say that if he see me outside, he's going to beat me. So I used to be scared of him because he used to bully me.
We all heard that. You agree with me that bully, they take advantage of their victim. You can listen to what this student says. These students are secondary school students. One said, he would not even sweep the class, and those that sweep, he will still beat them. Now, there is something I want us to take from this. Now, even when the child scared him that she was going to report to her vice principal, what did he do? He threatened her that if she should report, if he sees her outside, he's going to beat her. So what do we say about this? And that is where fear grieves the heart of that child, because she'll be like, I even mentioned the school authority, and here is the bully telling me that he is going to beat me, if I report. Now, I have a message for teachers too, because these children use most of the hours in school. They use more at home, but they use most in school. And we teachers, I am a teacher, I'm proud to be a teacher, and most of all these bullies happen, these ones that happen in school, we are the ones in school with these children. The parents are not in school at that moment when these things happen. Now, as a teacher, you need to be sensitive and to be at alert too. You need to be sensitive and to be at alert too. You should note, you should see signs, you should look out for signs. As a teacher, I want to believe you should identify a child who is going through certain issues, like, are you okay? Are you fine? Especially a child who comes to you regularly to report a certain student. Don't be like, your own too is too much. No. That child will not want to come to you again. But when the child sees that you show concern, really, go and call him for me. She'll feel relaxed that I get backing. She has backing. That kind of thing. So teachers, please let us be sensitive. Let us be at alert. And secondly, as a teacher, be a go-to teacher. Be a go-to teacher. Hope you are not a Margaret Thatcher kind of teacher. A child cannot come to you to report to you. Once, even you may hearing your name, miss, you be like, what is it? What do you want? No. These children are children too. We are their parents in school. We are the eyes of their parents in schools. Please be a go-to teacher. Be approachable. Let your students be comfortable being around you. Let them be free to come and meet you to share their issues. We've seen some children. I'm not surprised why some parents actually love their children's teacher. As a teacher, I get voice notes at the end of every term of parents who shower me with messages, with prayers. Now, what am I saying? Most of these parents, the way they treat these teachers is as a result of, the way their child talks about the teachers. We've seen some students that before they talk to mommy at home, they talk to their teacher. Wow, you're surprised. They relate with their teacher, and as a result of the teacher being approachable. And also as a teacher, talk about bullying always. When you get to class, or when you notice a sign, when you get to the class, always talk about it, that you should know that no one should bully anybody. Talk about it always, so they know, these students will know that, this one miss is always talking about this thing. That means there is no room for bullying. Let them know the consequences for bullying others. Let them know that bullying is not tolerated. Before I go more into the point, I have comments here, I have messages here, and this one is from Tunji, and it says, "Good evening, KOAT. Parents should always be at alert and notice signs in their kids. And like you said, be a go-to anytime for your kids." Thank you very much, Tunji. I have another one, and this one is from Ben on WhatsApp, and it says, "Bullies don't just wake up and be bullies. They learn it from somewhere. Parents, let us endeavor to teach our words very well." Thank you so much, Ben, for that wonderful comment. And I have another one. This one is from Pelumi, and it says, "I can never allow my child to be bullied because I had already instilled in them to be good children." So whenever a case of bully is being reported, it is a we die there case. Parents, teach your children to be bold. Parents, teach your children to be sharp. May God help all parents. Thank you so very much, Pelumi. And I have another one here, and this one is from Ruka, and it says, "Bullies enjoy hurting others, especially if their victims do not retaliate. Say no to bullying." Say no to bullying. Thank you so very much. And like I was discussing, for teachers, what I want to say again is another thing to do is be visible. Be visible. You know that in your school, there are cases of bullying, you've had one or two or three. Be visible. You can just go to their class unannounced. Just go there, just be inquisitive. What is happening there? Is everybody fine? Because these children, they are opportunists. They look for it is when, because the time they bully their students is when no teacher is there. So when they know that, at every point, at every minute you go, you check up on them. So teachers, please be visible, move around, show up in your students' class unaware. Like, don't give them a sign to, to sense it that, you're almost there. Just catch them unawares. This way we will be able to, curb this act of bullying. It can be my child tomorrow. It can be your child tomorrow, but we don't pray it's our child, turn to be bullied, and we don't know which of this bullying can lead to death. Like I said, it is Namitira's one we heard last week. She came out of it, and justice was done, but Sylvester didn't come out of it. So many children didn't come out of it. All right. Thank you all so much. We've come to the end of today's show. We've come to the end of tonight's discussion of bullying. I want to thank everybody who joined in the show. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for dropping your comments. Thank you for tagging along with us. Thank you so much. Next week is another time. Don't forget, every Tuesday, Life Matters with KOAT, 11 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. I'm going to leave us on this note. Parents, please teach your children kindness. Teach your children to be kind to others. Please let us train our children well. Teach them to be bold. Teach them to always stand tall with their head up high. And as teachers, we have a lot to do. Let us be caring. Like I said, let us be a go-to teacher. And I pray God is going to help every one of us. Once again, thank you so much for watching. So we'll come your way next time, but before I go, I would like to say a very big thanks to the executive producer of View Radio, Mr. Oluwatoyin Adesuji. Thank you so very much, sir, for this great platform to be seen and to be heard. And I also like to thank my studio manager in person of Mrs. Kalu, aka Madam Chi. Thank you so very much for always being there. And to the studio director, the man, the guy behind the good tech guru, Vic James, you're doing the whole lot. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And to all my amazing audience, thank you so much. This is where we say good night.